You know, a long time ago, there used to be a prominent academy right here in the city. It was funded by the state, so all citizens had a free, high-quality education. Many pupils became figures of high distinction.
It is a fine thing to be well-read. It's true what they say. The foundation of every country is the education of its youth.
I believe I've heard of it. They say all Astorian luminaries have that school to thank for their success.
Oh? So word of it even reached the Empire shores. It must have been quite a prestigious institute.
If I remember right, Father, you went to that academy. And Mother did too.
Indeed, yes. That's where I met her, in fact. Oh, you should have seen her. Resplendent in her uniform.
Let's save that story for next time, Your Highness. It kind of sounds like it might go on for a while.
Don't butt in, Agnum. I want to hear it.
You can ask him about it later, Marion. But I don't think I've ever seen a school like that in Marga.
Yes, and there's a reason for that. Some time ago, when I was still young, something strange happened. The entire school just vanished overnight.
Vanished? How does something like that happen?
I'm afraid I have no idea. One day it was there, then the next morning, gone without a trace.
Huh, that's so weird.
What happened to the people inside?
Thankfully, it was empty that night. All students and staff were safe and accounted for. But it was a terrible loss for Astoria. The academy itself was a vital element of the learning and teaching process.
I suppose that makes sense. You could hardly be expected to retain lessons while exposed to the elements.
And then we were hit with an even greater loss. The school uniforms.
Uniforms?
The students arrived in their own clothes and changed into uniforms for class. But those uniforms disappeared as well. And of course, my darling wife's uniform vanished along with them. Oh, I'll never see her in it again.
King Albert? Why didn't they just try rebuilding the school?
Oh, yes. Of course, we immediately drafted plans to restore it. Once we had the funds and material, we began. But the next day, all we found was an empty plot of land. The building materials had disappeared.
How is that possible?
We tried again and again, and each time it was the same. The workers feared this curse and abandoned the project. In time, we gave up on rebuilding it. Even now, that land is little more than an empty lot.
If it's the school where my mother went, I wish I could see it myself. What a weird story. It's almost unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable is right. I think there's gotta be a reason for it. So what do you think, Elfrida? Does a grimoire have something to do with this?
Well done, Yuma. You're very sharp.
Then I was right?
Yes. The disappearance of Astoria's academy was indeed caused by a distortion from a grimoire. So if we get rid of that distortion, the school would come back?
Well, that simplifies things. Let's go take out this distortion and get the academy back.
Calm yourselves, please. There is no need to hurry.
Huh? What do you mean?
Before you can confront the distortion, you'll need to prepare. Prepare how? Well, I'm going to need everyone to change into these. Huh? Is this the uniform?
This is hardly appropriate for battle.
Elfrida, I'm afraid I don't understand. Why do we need these on? These are school uniforms I acquired from a certain capable merchant. This distortion is centered around a school, correct? If you don't wear school uniforms, you can't clear the distortion.
Huh, well, that almost makes sense.
I advise you don't think too hard about it. Just treat them as ceremonial outfits.
But these clothes are clearly designed for women. What are we supposed to do?
Apologies. I don't have male uniforms in stock. But as long as you're with someone in uniform, you can at least enter. You won't be able to participate in battle, though, so keep that in mind.
So we can go into the dungeon with them, but we can't help them fight.
It's fine. We just have to fight a little harder than usual. Besides, I want to wear this.
You're really getting into this.